guys in Kuala Lumpur. Okay. So, before we start, can you greet the person beside you? Sabihin mo naman sa friend, ang cute-cute mo ngayon. Right. Para next week naman yung maganda, tsaka guwapo. Silipin mo naman, silipin mo naman yung kiss niya. Sabihin mo, ang cute-cute mo ngayon. Alright, okay. Alright, as you all know, today is our big day. Big day, alright? And for the past, how many weeks now? 3 weeks, diba? We talked about number 1, what? Choose a leader. And number 2? Be a leader. Number 3? Make a leader. Galing ng estudyante ko. Alright, and today, at the end of the day, we don't want you to forget that you are a leader. So that's what I'm saying for today. You are a leader. Can you ask me how? How? By the way you serve, the way you love, the way you sing, the way you dance, the way you arrange the Feast KL bulletin today, the way you make the slides here so that people can have something to look at, the way you fix the chairs, when you fix the lights, when you play the instruments, when you just smile and greet the person beside you. Hello, welcome to Feast. And by the way, you count the number of people. Ilan kaya yung dumating ngayon? What Nikki is doing. These little things that we do, you might not notice it, but you influence people and you lead people to just do the same. So can I invite you to put your hand in your heart? Sabihin mo naman, and do this with me. Replace the blank with your name. Can you do this together? It's a leader. 1, 2, 3, go. It's a leader. Can you do it 3 times? Alright, and before we start this big day, can I invite you to stand up as we pray our favorite prayer here at the feast. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Today I receive all of God's love for me.
Today I open myself to the unbounded, limitless, overflowing abundance of God's universe. Today I open myself to God's blessings, healing, and miracles. Today I open myself to God's word so that I become more like Jesus every day. Today I open myself.
I'm God's beloved.
I'm God's servant. I'm God's powerful champion. And because I am blessed, I am blessing the world. In Jesus' name, amen.
Can you all sing together? Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. All right. In Matthew 20, verse 26, can we all read together? Not so with you.
Instead, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant.
Once again, not so with you. Instead, whoever wants to become great among you
Must be your servant.
Here at the feast, here in our community, we're not just taught to be leaders, but we're taught to be like Jesus, the servant leader. As you know, He's the God who became man, the God who washed your feet, the God who washed the feet of His apostles, and the God who carried the cross to save the humanity, to save us. And that's the image that we want to follow. That's the person that we want to be. Because as we know, Jesus is 100% God and 100% man. And He's the kind of image, the kind of person that we all want to be. But you may ask me, Jackie, ang hirap naman maging si Jesus. Siyempre siya Diyos, ako tao lang naman. But you know what, brothers and sisters? The world has produced many men and women who have been servant leaders and who follow Jesus. One example is, as we know it, Mother Teresa, the founder of Missionaries of Charity. Anong ginawa ni Mother Teresa? She served her life, she spent her life caring for the sick and the poor. She established centers for the blind, the aged, and the disabled. Yung mga pinapabayaan na, yung mga hindi na pinapansin ng lipunan, Mother Teresa became a light to those living in darkness. And this one hits home. You know him? Sino siya? Efren Peña Florida, 2009 CNN Hero of the Year. He's a Filipino and a social development worker. What did he do? So he did mobile education. Anong ginawa niya? Together with a small team, yung team nila noon, the teenage company, the teenage dynamic company, ang ginawa nila is they roamed around the streets looking for street children and to divert their attention away from drugs, away from gangs, away from all the street abuses and towards education, towards community building, towards personal development. Efren Peña, Florida became a light to those living in darkness. You know, you don't have to be the president of the United States, you don't have to be the president of the Philippines to change the world. Sometimes, all we need to do is look at our own gifts, look at what we have, what we can offer in order to serve the Lord. And as this verse can all live together, in 1 Peter 4, verse 10 to 11, each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in His glorious work. Meron kang sariling regalo sa iyo ng Panginoon. Meron kang sariling talentong ibinigay sa iyo. Use that to serve others. But let's elevate the discussion further. Let's take a step further. It's not just about offering your gifts. It's not just about offering what you have. You know, leaders as we are, we know that leadership is inspiring, but it is not fun. Hindi yun fun. Hindi naman lahat all the time high kayo. Hindi naman lahat all the time happy kayo. You know, leadership says, even if it's hard, even if it's not happy anymore, just serve and go. Can we all read together this verse? Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interests of the others. And let me focus on this line here. Sabi dito, not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interests of others. Leadership says, others before self. Leadership says, hindi yung para sa akin, pero para sa kanya. Leadership says, hindi para sa akin, pero para sa iba. And I believe that's what a nation needs. Leaders who look after the interests of others more than themselves. Leaders who are courageous, leaders who have integrity, and leaders who always put the welfare of his team, of his community, just to serve others. Hindi lang servant leaders yung kailangan natin committed servant leaders. Can you tell yourself, I'm a committed servant leader?
I'm a committed servant leader.
Kailangan ubos at lubos. Kailangan all or nothing at all. Can you tell the friend beside you, Brad, girl, all or nothing at all?
All or nothing at all.
Paano ba, bro, sis, all or nothing at all. Diba? And it applies not only when you lead people, diba? Diba, beshi cake, all or nothing at all. Diba? And it applies, diba, not only as we lead people, but in our own personal lives, diba? In our work, diba? In our relationships, in our family, dapat all or nothing at all.
Yes.
Diba? And you know, in order to change the country, in order to change the Philippines in our world, what we need is commitment. Sabihin mo nga ulit, oy, commitment daw.
May tatakbo na dyan.
Kahit hindi na masaya, pero commitment daw. Kahit nahihirapan ka na, commitment daw. Pwedeng mapagod, pero hindi pwedeng sumuko.
Amen.
Hindi mo nga sabihin sa sabi mo, pwedeng mapagod,
Pwede mapagod.
pero hindi pwedeng sumuko.
Pero hindi pwede.
Commitment, pare. Commitment, girl. Commitment, beshi cake. And I know you're excited to experience the big day today, so I won't make this long anymore. And I want to leave the words of Mother Teresa before we enjoy our big day today. And Mother Teresa said, it's not about how much you do, but always about how much love you put into it that counts. Can you sing together? Thy word is the lamp unto my feet and the light unto my path. Thy word is the lamp unto my feet and the light And today, everybody, sorry, Lord.
Wow.
Ayan, commitment, Lord, commitment. And today, everybody, have an awesome big day.